Welcome, everybody, to Haiku Talk. I'm your host, Ben Ga, your friendly neighborhood haiku poet. And today we're going to be taking a look at a Senryu from the latest issue of Hedgerow, with the first line of Rolling Back and Forth from poet David Thorndale. And it does something that no other piece we featured on this channel so far has done. Intrigued? Well, stay tuned. Until then, you know what time it is. Time to sit back, relax, grab yourself a tasty beverage, and let's Senryu. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Haiku Talk. And today it is Senryu Talk. And we've got a really nice Senryu from David Thorndale. And let's just get right to it. The poem goes like this. Rolling back and forth on the floor of the hot bus. An empty Coke can. Rolling back and forth on the floor of the hot bus. An empty Coke can. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. Now, this piece, before I get into it, does something that it's a first for this channel. It's a Senryu. Also, you could put haiku into that boat. That is 575. How about that? It was kind of strange. I kind of picked this one out to do, and I'm like, this feels a little bit longer than normal. Most of the stuff that I feature, the lines feel a little long, so I started to count them out, and lo and behold, it's a 575 Senryu. And this just shows that you can use 575. It's perfectly fine. The trick is, don't call attention to that it's 575. I mean, you have to use the words and the lines and structure things so that it doesn't jump out at you that this is a 575 haiku or Senryu. Because when you've read as many of these types of poems as I have, and you encounter somebody that gives you a haiku or a Senryu, it's very that is 575. It's usually pretty obvious because they're writing, they're padding to fit that template that we're all taught in school. And that's such a detractor. If you want to write that way, it's fine. To quote Iron Man, that's fine. And here's a great example. David Thorndale wrote a perfectly wonderful Senryu in 575, but I didn't realize it was 575 when I read it. I noticed that it felt a little bit longer, and so I had to go back in and start counting syllables. I'm like, how about that? 575. Pretty cool. So it's a first, and it works. Another nice thing about the Senryu is that it's not necessarily happy, and it's not super serious, but it deals with a moment that is just plain annoying. It's a moment that's captured that is a very annoying moment, and I like that. I think that's fine. I think that's fun. We have all sorts of moments that we live in experience in life. Some are good, some are bad, some are serious, some are deep, some are whatever. And some are just downright annoying. And this poem captures that perfectly. So let's get in and take a look see how David Thorndale is capturing this annoying moment. So we have the format that's used here is the fragment and phrase, this time with the phrase up front of rolling back and forth on the floor of the hot bus. And the fragment is, the third line, an empty Coke can, which gives us context of what that phrase is about. The first line, rolling back and forth. Rolling back and forth. Now, it's an interesting line. There's something in motion. It puts us right into a moment that's happening before us. Something is moving. Something is rolling back and forth. We don't know what it is. We don't know the location. We don't have any context for it yet, but we're pulled into a moment. Something has caught our attention, and we are now focusing on this thing rolling back and forth. We get to line 2, on the floor of the hot bus. On the floor of the hot bus. And now we have our location. It's internal, and it's giving us, again, it's succinct language here that's giving us just enough information to know exactly where we are without overdoing it and without underdoing it. We have on the floor of the hot bus. Man. So now we know this thing is rolling back and forth. It's on the floor. And it's on the floor of what? A hot bus. Ugh, man. I've been on a few hot buses in my day. I'm sure most of us have at some point in our lives been on a hot form of communication when you're trapped inside with a hot bus. Now, for me, I'm not thinking it's probably an empty bus. I'm thinking there's probably people in this bus with me, and it's hot, and there's something rolling around and making a lot of noise. And what is that? Well, we go to line 3 to find out. An empty Coke can. An empty Coke can. Ugh. Now I hear this noise. Now I hear an empty can rolling around inside this hot bus. And I think it's interesting. I think it's good that we know what kind of can this is that's rolling around. It's a Coke can. And what that does, it's suggestive of a few things. If it were just left up to our imaginations that it's some sort of empty aluminum can, we might go to a soda can, or we might go to a beer can. Now, this is a very different story, a different moment if it's a beer can rolling around a hot bus, because that would imply that there are people drinking beer on this hot bus. Maybe you've had too much to drink on this hot bus, and it goes in a very different direction really fast. The fact that this is a Coke can allows it to kind of not go into so many dark areas, and it keeps the poem light. Still very annoying, but it keeps it light. I mean, it's annoying that there's a litter bug on the bus that's just let this can loose, that it's rolling around and going around. Obviously, the person hasn't bothered to pick it up, and who knows how long the can of Coke's been on the bus. I'm starting to think that there's probably kids on the bus because it's a Coke can, and you know, it's a soft drink. It's not a hard drink. So it could be any number of types of age of person that is dropped this can on the bus. I'm most liking it's probably a kid, a teenager, somebody that just doesn't care. And we're all stuck together on this hot bus going somewhere, and it's just an annoying kind of moment. And it's beautifully captured, beautifully written, very well structured. Like, holy cow, that's great. That's perfect. I know right where I am. My senses are engaged because this is a hot bus. You know, I can feel the temperature. I imagine that I'm smelling some things. I'm hearing things. And now that's beyond just the Coke can rattling around, but the Coke can rattling around just like puts it over the edge, and it's like, oh, what a moment. Gosh, I can't wait to get off this bus. But man, it puts you right in the present tense. It pulls you right into a very specific place in time, and all of these things are happening. All these senses are engaged and fully clocked, and you're loaded, and you're just like, you know, it's just well done. And what more do you need? You know, that's what you want in a good poem. You want it to take it in and grab your senses, put you in a moment, make you see things, allow you to see things, and allow you to use that extra white space around the poem to fill in all that space with things from your past, things from your life story, to make the moment your own. And I'm sure all of us can paint a nice picture about this, can write a couple paragraphs probably around what's happening, where you're going, who you're with. Man, it's great. It's great. Very well done. Thank you, David Thorndale. Thank you, Hedgerow, for another wonderful issue. And thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Haiku Talk / Senryu Talk. Until next time, hope you are safe, healthy, and have a tasty beverage by your side. Until next time, see you then.